I've never heard that part.
It's an old one I just made up.
I don't doubt that a bit, Allie.
But I'm not. I'm not fit as a fiddle. I'm not ready for love.
But from that video I just saw, boy, y'all were both fit as a fiddle.
That was comical, to say the least.
We'll have to put that in this episode, Allie, a little behind the scenes action where she sped things up. And I said, Papa, you never moved that fast in your life, have you?
No. But I got my yard mowed yesterday, and Mountaintop is they're in the process of painting the gables of my house.
That's good.
They got one done.
And they've been there a few times, haven't they?
Oh, they've done things for me every year for several years.
I thought so. They're really nice too.
They like to take care of old people.
Yeah. Allie, I watched that episode on YouTube where we was at the senior center, and that part where you're like, yeah, there's a lot of old people here. I about fell out of my seat. He did say that, Allie.
I'm waiting till I get old enough to join.
Right, that's right. You're not eligible yet, are you?
Looking forward to it. They look like they're having a good time.
They're having a good time, yeah. That's a funny episode. I enjoyed watching that one. I lived it. I knew it would be a good one.
Well, now, where did you see it?
I watched that one on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I watched that one on YouTube. It's one of the newer ones on YouTube right now. I think there's a brand new one on there, but it's like the one before that. It's when Ethan filmed us.
Yeah, Ethan did that one.
Yeah.
That's when we had a B movie that week.
Yeah.
B rating.
Yeah, it was pretty comical.
I mean, the filmer.
Yes. Allie was
out of pocket.
Somewhere. I can't remember where you were. She can't even remember. She's on the go all the time, so who knows?
Yeah.
Got to keep up with her. Well, Papa, radio listeners, the Reagan Day dinner, Republicans, this one's for you. The Reagan Day dinner is tomorrow, Saturday, June 16th. Social hour at 5:30 p.m. Dinner will be served at 6 p.m. at the Senior Center. The meal will be catered by Lola, one of our sponsors.
That's right down here on Fraser Street now.
Yeah, the Senior Center, yes. I'll be emceeing this event, so looking forward to that.
So that speaker's got to perform when you tell him to.
That's right.
You're the MC.
Right.
I like that.
That's right. I like having that power. Yeah. And the speaker, the keynote speaker this year is State Chairman of the Republican Party, Mr. Scott Golden. So if you have any questions, just call Suzanne Schofield Sapp at 447-6564. Expecting a big crowd. I know over 100 people already.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. So that place, that'll be packed out for them then.
And each one of them just had to pay $2 for the meal?
Yeah, something like that. Well, I had $43.
Oh, mercy. That's why I'm not coming.
Yeah, I should have got you the gig too.
I would like to see you in a tuxedo.
I'm not wearing no tuxedo.
Oh, no.
I'll dress up, but we're not going to go crazy with it. But I will be in a tie. You'll like that.
You going to borrow one from me?
Well, somebody's offered me one.
Oh, really?
Or I would. They've offered me a patriotic tie. I guess because of 4th of July.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I said that'll be fine as long as y'all tie it. Because I keep tie.
If you get a patriotic tie, I want you to find out what happened to that movie, The Patriot.
Yeah, that's only fair, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll do that. Because we've been zinging them for that for 2 years now, haven't we?
Never did get to see it.
Never did. The next Open Table Radio listeners will be this upcoming Tuesday at the Pikeville United Methodist Church. They're going to have grilled chicken. That sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. No charge, no offering, no sermon. Nothing but friendship and food. And this table is open to all. I don't even have to look down and read it.
I don't know why I don't think of that.
Yeah, I know, you really should.
I should.
Pretty good. Well,
I could pretend I'm a Methodist.
maybe You don't have to be a Methodist to go.
Oh, you don't?
It's for everybody.
Well, okay.
So, well, maybe this Tuesday we'll go down there and bless them with our presence, right?
Get blessed. Greg Smart is smart.
Greg Smart is smart. I like that. He is a pretty cool guy. He comes up here sometimes.
Yeah, he's okay. Yeah, he is.
Let's see. We got a breakfast and community yard sale coming up June 23rd. That's going to be at the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department. It'll be from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come set up your table and sell your items. The fire department will be serving breakfast. The menu is scrambled eggs, biscuits and gravy, pancakes, we like that, sausage, bacon, country ham, fried bologna, hash browns, fresh fruit. To drink, you can get coffee, orange juice, or milk. $7 a plate. All proceeds do go to the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department.
Now, where's the Fall Creek Falls Fire Department located?
Around 30. You're just doing that to...
That's not Mount Crest Fall?
No, this is Fall Creek Falls.
That's what I'm thinking. What we've been advertising is Mount Crest.
You got the Mount Crest one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the 9 Mile Bluegrass Festival. This is the second one of the season. This one will be held at the Edmonds Music Barn. It will be the weekend of June 22nd and 23rd. The Agee family, Barefoot Nellie, Cedar Ridge, the Edmonds family, Newgrass Express, Piney Grove, the Grandview Mountain Pickers, and several more will be performing. Gates will open that Friday the 22nd at 7 p.m. Saturday the 23rd. The fun gets kicked off at 12 noon. Weekend admission is $5, but kids under 10 can get in free, but you must be accompanied with an adult. If you have any questions, call Gary at 533-2720. They have a web page you can go to, www.9milebluegrass.com. It's family entertainment, camping, bathhouses, and concessions will be available. Arts and crafts are also welcome for no extra fee. That's
cheap.
22nd and 23rd.
Cheap entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Let's see. Also, here it is. This will be, here's another one too. Goodness, we're bombarded, Papa.
You're bombarded. I've just got 3.
Yeah, it was too nice to you. I gotta stop doing that. The 7th annual Bledsoe Summer Bash and Toy Drive. This will take place Friday and Saturday, June 29th and 30th. They'll have music, food, kid-friendly fun. Food will be provided by My Brother's Grill. They'll have fireworks displayed each night. Performances by, these are the best names you could think of, Don Poobah Miller, CC Stomp, Chris Gomez, that's the only normal sounding one of all of them, Dr. Vibe, Black Cat Moon, and of course your favorite Naked Funk. And plus special guests, so they may have some more surprises. Bring a chair and swimsuit. Primitive camping, $10 a night. If you stay in the RV, $15 a night. There'll be raffles, vendors. There will be an auction. You can fish, catch and release though. You can swim in the lake. You can also canoe or ride paddle boards in the lake. So that's pretty cool. They also have a cornhole tournament. And trying to make sure I don't skip anything. There's so much on this.
Wow.
The gates will open at 4 p.m. Friday the 29th and 12 noon Saturday the 30th. If you need directions or you have any questions, contact Kelledy at 423-762-3097. Admission is a monetary donation or new unwrapped toy. They suggest $10 per person. Remember, all proceeds go to the children of Bledsoe County. That's the 7th annual Bledsoe Summer Bash and Toy Drive at the Lucky Star event venue, which is on 6086 Upper East Valley Road.
You know,
I'll be at that event too.
I believe that band got their name from the lead singer's mother.
You think?
Somebody had to know how they looked at some point in their life.
Mm-hmm.
So it had to be the mother.
I guess so.
She remembered when they were naked.
I guess so.
But don't you know
we
this?
need to get them up here one day and just ask them about this name and how in the world did they come up with that? Cause
And then you've got, this is the 7th year.
yes,
I
it's
don't-
obviously a success.
I don't care if you do catch and release. Don't you know those fish don't like to have that hook in their mouth?
Right.
Even though they're going to get to go back in the water and get
True.
another hook later.
That's true. But at least they're not going to be somebody's meal this time.
There
right?
you go. That's the bright spot for the fish.
That's right. As always, as we all know, Pikeville Church of God always does a really good firework display every 4th of July. And this year they'll be at it again, folks. It's called Freedom Fest. And let's see, food will start at 10 a.m. This is on, of course, July 4th. Food will be served at 10 a.m. Music concerts start at 4:30 p.m. And, of course, the big fireworks show starts at 9 p.m. It says true freedom found in Jesus. Man alive, I got tongue tied
Freedom Fest.
There you go.
I like that.
Some of the groups singing will be Disciples for Christ, God Send, Cannon Creek. They performed around here before.
Yeah, they've been here.
Mooneyhound Church of God Choir will also be singing.
They're good.
They will have a cornhole tournament, which will start at noon, and you sign up at 11:30 to noon to participate in the cornhole tournament. They'll also have water slip and slide for the kids and other activities. And remember, once again, it says fireworks 9 p.m. or when it gets dark.
I bet for that water slide, they better bring a bathing suit
I think they better.
and a towel.
And I'm going to predict there might be some adults doing that too. Especially if it's as hot as it has
I started to
been.
say, I might do that
I'm
too.
down for that.
Okay, we have on hand right now a notice that we are being served by the Second Chance Pet Group Spay and Neuter Helpline.
Mm-hmm.
This is for not only Pikeville and Bledsoe County, it covers Sequatchie County and Dunlap.
Mm-hmm.
And these two communities have the benefit of this Second Chance Pet Group giving us this service.
Mm-hmm.
They are working with several different vets, so you just call this line. What is that
They've been
line?
with us 7 years now, it says.
Yeah, that number is 5544442.
Know it by heart.
And listen, all you do when you call is leave your name and your phone number and the time of day you want them to call you back, because they will service what you tell them you need the service for.
Yeah,
Or they'll schedule it.
And like let's see, it used to say prevent a litter, be part of the solution, and fix your critter. They've kind of mixed it up on us a little bit, but I remember it by
Fix
heart.
your critter, prevent a litter, be a part of it.
They've done a switcheroo on us there.
They did that on purpose,
I know it.
just to see if we read it.
Just to mess with us, because
But-
we had learned it by heart.
This is a necessary service that they
Amen
provide.
to that, yes.
Vacation Bible School going
But
to
it's
be.
not. Remember, it's so weird. We talked about this last week. It says that, but then it starts talking about
It's got all
class.
and you earn an apron. I never got an apron in Bible school in my life.
I didn't either. And
So
this is for radio listeners, because this event started today and continues
today.
tomorrow.
Goes through tomorrow. On June the 16th, it'll be from 2 to 6,
There you
which
go.
will be tomorrow. But you can pre-register by calling 881-4165 to be sure that they have your name in the
Yes.
pot, that you will get a free apron with your name on it if you pre-register.
Dang, you should have went to that. Well, it's just for 6 to 12-year-olds, but
Well, it's out next to the Mary V. Wheeler School.
you need an apron that says Albert on it. Albert's Kitchen.
I have my own apron, really I do. I don't have a chef's hat.
You need one of them too.
I made some
Chef Albert.
I made some brownies yesterday for the mountaintop crew that came to work on my
I
house.
love that.
They devoured them. They devoured them. Of course, they started falling out like flies. I don't know what happened. We have a country breakfast tomorrow morning, June the 16th, from 6 in the morning to 10 o'clock. You can eat for 4 hours. That's
Pretty
at the
good.
Mount Crest Fire Hall at the
There's the
intersection of
one.
30 and Route 101. You have this breakfast, which consists of bacon and sausage, eggs and hash browns, biscuits and gravy, and jelly. What
Homemade
kind of?
jelly.
There you go.
Homemade.
You'll have butter if you want to put it on your biscuit, and
Homemade.
you'll have coffee and milk to drink. And I bet there's orange
There's
juice
orange
too.
juice too. It just never makes it on the flyer.
Okay. The menu's just for $5. I don't understand this. It says the proceeds go to the fire department out there on the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
But what's
That's
this?
just wrote down for some reason. That
Okay.
has nothing to do
That
with it.
blew my mind.
Oh, well, that's...
I thought, how are we going to meet out at Mount Crest and be at the farmer's market too?
I don't know why somebody wrote that on there, but I didn't think about it confusing me. But honestly, that's the first time I saw it too.
But go to the Mount Crest United Methodist Church breakfast in the morning.
Yes.
It will be there at the, I would think, be there at the fire hall.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And speaking of the farmer's market, well, one thing that I've noticed, a new sign up that I really like. Just noticed that today. It says Pikeville Farmer's Market. It's a cool looking sign over there though, Papa.
You got good
I don't
eyes.
know if you could see it from the blinds would block it, but I have a perfect view of it. And you can go
It's
see that.
attached to the building.
Yeah, it's nice. And you can go there every Saturday from 8 until 12 noon. And they have like over 40 vendors now.
They have just about anything you can think of.
Yeah. So glad to see they're doing really well with that.
I went over
Good
there
to
last
see.
Saturday and walked around a while looking
Did
for.
you?
Well, I was looking for Sawyer Zane, but I remembered he was in a fishing
he was in
tournament.
a fishing tournament. I can't wait to see that episode, Allie. That was going to be funny. He had some good one-liners last week. Also, let's see, June 23rd will be the next Rook tournament. Come play Rook at the Nickel Roll Music Hall at 3 p.m. on June the 23rd. That's on a Saturday at the Nickel Roll Music Hall. And also got the Pikeville Star Spangled Celebration coming up on Saturday, June the 30th. It will be at the Farmer's Market. It's a free concert featuring Carrie Hassler and the Nickel Roll Band. They'll have fireworks, and they're calling it the George Reed Memorial Fireworks.
I heard that advertised on the radio.
Mm-hmm. That's after 9 p.m. They'll have entertainment, of course, and then Watermelon, a kids' corner sponsored by Citizens Tri-County Bank. And the next Pikeville Cruise-In will be on Saturday. Well, I don't know if that's Saturday or Friday, so I'm not going to say. But it's on July 7th in downtown Pikeville. Vendors will be set up at 4 p.m. The Cruise-In will be from 4 to 7 p.m. And the music on the Main Street stage will start at 7 p.m. featuring the group Soul Survivor, Rain or Shine. And they've been up here a few times.
I've
too.
heard them. I heard
Yeah.
them.
Well, that was quite a bit of announcement. So,
Well, we're through for the day now, aren't we?
right. Well, we'll do last week's trivia.
I'm gonna start
If I
right
remember
now.
correctly, it was pretty crazy.
A kind of
Can't
plug.
remember, Allie.
A kind of a plug that has 5 letters in it. A plug.
Lifeline.
It's not a fishing plug.
Mm-hmm.
What do you use a plug for?
You mean like to plug into a wall? Charger? Well, you
Is
could
that 5
use it.
letters? What do you use in your car?
Oh, spark plug.
Spark plug, or your
There we go.
lawnmower, or your
Yeah.
weed eater.
Okay.
Okay,
Come on, Allie. You gotta help now.
okay.
Need my lifeline.
An animal's letter, an animal's name of 3 letters, tells you you are trying to mimic someone.
Copycat.
Mimic.
Oh.
There are 3 letters, and this describes this.
Mock.
That's not an animal's name. That's not an animal's name.
You make these so.
You've got to know. You've got to
hard.
know. It's got to be in your vocabulary. You wouldn't use it.
An animal.
But
Apparently there's an animal's name.
and you're trying to mimic someone. Mimic. Mock is another word, but there is
Yeah.
a 3-letter word for
Just said
mimic.
Mockingbird.
3-letter word, and it's
Well, you
ape.
gotta tell us now.
Ape.
Ape.
I didn't invent the vocabulary. I have no way of knowing why. Ape means mimic, but you ape someone, you are mimicking what they say.
Well, I've never heard of that.
Now you know.
I guess so. I bet a lot of people didn't know that one. That was hard.
Another word for a motto is a. You got that last time.
I did. Another word for motto. Catchphrase.
Max House Coffee, their
Slogan.
slogan. Good to the last drop. That was always their slogan. That was their.
Yeah, I remember that one. That comes on probably still this day.
Okay. Complete this saying. Hither and. Hither and. Where you
Hither
been?
and-
I've been hither and.
Hither and yonder land.
Hither and yon.
Okay.
You don't say yonder. Just hither and yon. Here and there is another way of saying it, but
That would make more sense to say it like that.
but that's not the way it came to me. It came to me hither and yon.
I want to know where this comes from, and I need to talk to those voices in your head that sends them to you.
I have. Listen,
It's
I
crazy.
I bet I wrote down 10 today.
Hither and yon. Who talks like that? Come on. You never say that.
Me?
No, you don't. I've never heard you
You
say,
never heard-
I've been hither and yon today, Billy.
I don't know if anybody has, do you?
No.
A lot of these are when I work my crossword puzzles.
Oh, okay. That explains some of the difficulty.
If a man is smooth pated, what is he?
Bald.
Bald
As an
headed.
eagle.
Bald headed. Why do you call bald eagles bald and they're not bald?
I don't know.
It's because they've got the white feathers and they look bald.
Okay. Okay.
How many of our military branches field a football team and name their city and their state? Football,
Army, Navy, Air Force.
Air Force.
The Air Force is in Colorado.
Right. Colorado Springs.
One of them's in Maryland.
That's Annapolis, Maryland. That's the Navy.
Okay. Where's the Army at?
Army. It's in New York.
New York.
What's the name of it?
Well, I don't know because I couldn't even get the state right.
West Point.
West Point. Okay. There we go.
Army, way back, they had a team. Doc Blanchard was one of the running backs. And you talk about a football team. Army had a football team.
Oh, really?
Oh man, they had a.
They're never any good now.
No.
Them or the Navy.
If you
But a lot of people go to that game, Navy and Army.
yeah, big. Well,
It's like the only one they win each year.
well, all the Army cadets have to go, and all the Navy cadets. If you are a baseball player and you get 3 hits, a single, a double, and a homer, and you went to bat 6 times, what would your batting average be? 3 hits out of 6 trips.
500?
500.
Good.
You are very good.
These are very tough. That one was okay.
In pro baseball, if you are a base runner and your teammate hits a ground ball as you are advancing to your next base,
Okay.
and the ball hits you on the leg, what happens other than having a sore leg?
You're out.
You're out
Mm-hmm.
because you interfered with the ball.
Yep.
You kept the defensive player from catching the ball.
It's just a bad deal altogether for the runner.
And it happens.
Oh, yeah.
It happens. Because that ball is traveling probably 110 miles an hour.
Yeah, it really hurts to get hit by a baseball, and then you get told you're out.
When I played softball, I played slow pitch ball.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Warden worked up a team, the fast pitch.
Okay.
And one night I always played first base. And one night he needed a first baseman because we had a game with Dunlap.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me if I would go, and I did. Well, I had never played fast pitch ball. before in my life.
Fast pitch softball?
Fast pitch softball. And they had a big old tall lanky fella about 6'6", and when he wound up and threw that ball at you, it was there before you opened your eyes. And I was scared to death. And you know what I did?
Best chance is just to hope he misses and walk.
No, the first thing that happened, he hit me.
Oh, man.
So I got on base. But I was scared to death.
I bet that hurt too.
Yeah, well that's last week's trivia.
All right, well, coming up after the break, we'll have this week's trivia. Let's hope and pray it's a little easier.
Yeah.
And we'll have some sports for you too. That's coming up next right here on the Albert and Billy Show.
Dana Thompson and her family just finished construction on their second new home with River Valley Ag Credit. Side by side, we ensured they got a quality, lasting home. You see, Dana and Brady have 2 daughters who rely on them.
And we rely on River Valley Ag Credit.
Rely on River Valley Ag Credit, serving Western Kentucky and Tennessee farmers for decades.
Lending support for generations. River Valley Ag Credit.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV. And don't forget us on YouTube as well. You can watch every episode of the Albert and Billy Show on YouTube. I always put the newest episodes on my Facebook page, or you can go to Channel 18 Valley TV's YouTube channel, and they have all the episodes there as well. So check us out.
80 how many?
Allie, I'd have to ask Allie that. We're filming, this is episode 88.
88.
Getting close to the big 10 coming up.
Wow. 12 more?
12 more. Be before you know it. We'll have to do something special for that one.
Yeah.
For sure. And thanks to our sponsor, Citizens Tri-County Bank, Posh Beauty Company. Remember, she's in the old State Farm building right here on Main Street in downtown Pikeville. Scotty's also right here in downtown Pikeville, Main Street, home of the Scotty Burger.
I had
Papa
2 for dinner.
says. Did you?
2 for dinner.
I ate there the other day too. I had 2 of their little burgers. Bilbrey Insurance, go see Frank and Susan for all your insurance needs over on Spring Street. And Sadie, can't forget about Sadie, their little dog. The Loom, go see Judy right next door to us here at WUAT for all your quilting and what is it?
Alterations.
Why do I always forget that word? Alterations and flowers at the Loom right here on Cumberland Avenue. And then the offices of Emma Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, Michael Walker. We had him on here last week. Him and Sawyer. Once again, that's going to be a good one when it airs. It was fun to film that one. Janice Sapp, who is obviously taking over for Miss Carolyn Terry.
Right.
It's Lola's. She'll be catering the Reagan Day dinner tomorrow. Her shop, though, is right down the street, about 2 blocks from us here at WUAT. She's got a little bit of everything in there, don't she?
That was in my crossword puzzle today. Whatever Lola wants.
Lola gets?
Yeah. That
That's
was
funny.
in my crossword puzzle.
What about that, Lola? The Highway Department, Marvin Smith and the Highway Department. The Farmhouse Chandelier Cafe and Gifts, right behind us here. And our newest, the Cowboy Church. And it's time now for this week's trivia.
Boy, I'm going to get you now.
Oh, great.
But no, I want to remind people, this is not to see if I can stymie you. This is to let the people that are watching or listening pose the question to themselves to see if they know the answer.
Right.
So here
And we believe that, don't we?
because some of these are sports oriented, and some of them just have to do with
those.
some of them just have to do with nature, and some of them have to do with life in general.
Some of them have
Like
to do
hither
with
and yon. I don't know where that one came from. All right, first question. If QB is the term for a quarterback on a football team, and a TD stands for a touchdown on a football team, in a football game,
Right.
what do the letters PAT stand for?
Point after touchdown.
That is excellent, Billy. Do you think
I
everyone
think
would
so,
know
too.
that?
No, Allie wouldn't, because she don't like sports.
People that don't like sports wouldn't know what that meant, would they?
No, they would not. They would just say,
Okay,
I don't know what they'd say really.
Pat.
Pat, yeah, pat on the back.
If you are a member of a pro baseball team, how many teammates do you have?
Oh shoot, I don't know how many's on a team.
You'd have to know to answer that question.
Yeah, 20.
We'll go on to the next question. Ping pong is
pong.
one term to designate a sport that also is referred to as blank blank.
Table tennis.
Table tennis. You're doing well
Yeah, so far.
so far. Give me the name of two sports that use a T in the performance of the game.
A T.
A T.
And I
In the
can't help me
performance
on
of the
this one.
game. What sports use an item called a T?
Golf.
Golf is one. That little peg that they put down in the dirt
Yeah.
that you put the golf ball on to hit. But there's another sport that uses an item called a tee. And it's only used at a certain time in a game.
Baseball.
No. What would
Football.
football? What do you kick? What do you put the ball
That's
on?
right, for punting.
For punting. Well, no,
Okay.
not for punting.
Well, kicking.
Kick off.
Yeah.
Kick off. So you're doing all right. If you are watching a performer do an axel, what are you watching?
Figure skating.
Right. Ice skating is a sport.
Yeah, skating.
Okay, Mr. Gehrig's first name was
I don't know.
Three
who
letters.
Garrett's is Lou.
Lou.
'Cause
Very
there's
good,
a
Billy.
disease named after him.
The Lou Gehrig disease. And he was known as the Iron Man of baseball because he set the record for the most consecutive games.
Wow.
And when it came time for him to be taken out of the lineup, it was not the manager's decision. Because of illness, he took himself out of the lineup.
I hear that's a very brutal disease.
I have no way of knowing.
No, I've heard.
Yeah, I have to. The nocturnal bird is the
Okay, Allie, this is not a sports one.
the
What's a
nocturnal
nocturnal
bird.
bird?
3 letters. 3 letters.
Owl.
Owl, surely. A 4-letter word that
Could have said
refers.
wheat. That would have been a great clue.
A 4-letter word that refers to a witty remark that begins with the letter Q is a witty remark.
I feel like this is another hither and yon.
Begins with the letter Quip. How'd you get that?
I don't know. I'll just tell you, it just comes.
It came from hither and yon,
It
didn't
did.
it?
It come from hither and yon, Allie. She can help on them. Well, as long as it's not sports.
This answer will use 4 letters. A knight's a man that's been dubbed a
Okay.
knight in
Okay.
at the
A
King
knight's
Arthur's
tale.
Round Table. What's his wife's
Oh.
title? 4 letters.
Oh my gosh.
4 letters.
I've never really heard
She is
what
a
they're
sign.
called.
She is a sign. And the prince that got married, his wife.
Well, princess.
She took on the term Duchess of
Okay.
Sussex.
Okay.
But a knight his wife gets a title in the kingdom What is her title?
Allie, this is more your area here.
You don't know, do you?
I don't have a clue. And Allie don't either.
Okay, get this last one, or I'll whip you.
Probably hard.
I'll try to whip you.
It's probably really
If
hard.
you see a mysterious aircraft, it is
Oh, a UFO.
a UFO.
Well,
Boy,
that was
wasn't
more
that
like it.
easy?
I deserved that one after
That wasn't
not question.
That wasn't really hither and yon. That was hither.
Yeah, that one was better. I wish I knew what a knight's wife was called.
It will when you hear it, you'll know it.
Okay. I thought Allie would know that.
Are we ready for sports?
Yes.
Sports. Guess what's first on the agenda? Horse racing.
Oh, God.
I knew you'd like that. But last weekend, we saw the third leg of horse racing's Triple Crown
Okay.
achieved for only the 13th time. The first time it was completed was in 1919.
In 1919.
Horse
Is that
racing.
for lady?
No, that's close. Justify won the Kentucky
Again?
Derby. He won the Kentucky Derby. He won the Belmont Stakes in Baltimore, Maryland. And in New York last weekend,
So
he won the triple leg. He won the Belmont Stakes. No,
Okay.
what was it?
The one in New York, whatever it's called.
Anyway, he was
There one obviously in Kentucky. There was one in Maryland and one in New York.
Yeah, that's right, New York. His owners, I think he's got two owners. They won $800,000. This is not as rich a purse as Churchill Downs.
Okay.
But anyway, can you imagine?
Still, that's
Only
Justify's
in-
dominating right now, isn't
Well, that's as far as you can go.
he? Yeah.
I mean, you don't have anything. You know what the
I
triple?
wonder if they ever win the Triple Crown and then do it again the next year.
I've never heard of that. I've
Right.
never heard of that. But do you know what the Triple Crown is in baseball? I just thought of that. It came to me. It came to me hither and yon.
Yeah, I believe it did.
You got the Triple Crown in horse racing, but you've got a Triple Crown in baseball.
What's it?
The man that wins the batting title for the batting average being the highest in the league,
Mm-hmm.
the most home runs,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and what's the third one? Batting average, home runs, and runs batted in.
Okay. RBI.
RBIs. If you rarely does one man lead the league in all three departments.
Yeah, that's too hard to do. That would be
Too hard
very
to
rare.
do. But it's called a Triple Crown.
Okay. Learn something new every day with you.
Okay, yeah. In football.
Okay.
The Chattanooga Times Free Press Best of Preps Banquet was held last night.
Was it?
Yes. And guess who was the guest speaker, featured speaker? The quarterback for the Tennessee Titans was in town
okay.
to bring the main speech for all those athletes that he gathered for the Best of Preps, coaches and players and everyone, that's put on by the Chattanooga Times each year.
Well, that's pretty cool. I'm not a Titans fan, but that's still pretty cool right there.
Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, he was good at Oregon.
Well, this will be his fourth year,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe he has made a position for himself in football. He seems to
Oh,
be.
I think so. Yeah.
I think he knew.
I think that's safe to say.
Seems to know what he's doing. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
also Tennessee's new coach, Mr. Jeremy
Is he
Pruitt.
there?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay. I thought
This
you
is
were
still on the
talking-
subject of football.
Okay.
He's been hot on the trail after recruits because he's hurting in the O-line.
Mm-hmm.
And we were depicted as being very bad in our recruiting efforts
Well, the timing was bad.
because
So he
of his arrival. He was late
Yeah.
on the scene.
Yeah.
But Is this going to be team number 120 for Tennessee?
You would know that before me. Keep up
I
with
think
that.
it's 120. Anyway, in the recruiting wars, we have now gone from out of nowhere. We're number 16 in the nation in our recruiting efforts.
Oh, that's amazing considering.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And then on top of that, today in the paper, the backup center for Alabama has changed his mind about playing for Bama and is in the process of enrolling at Knoxville.
That's awesome right there.
That
Anytime
is
you can
awesome.
Steal one from Alabama, you're doing good.
Well,
You need to be researching a certain answer for us.
his name is Brandon Kennedy,
Okay.
and Mr. Pruitt was glad to welcome him.
I bet he was. That's good news, Papa.
Okay, in the
That's
world,
real good.
in the world of golf,
Okay.
we had the U.S. Open began yesterday. It's at
Dame.
Yes.
There we go.
What does that have to do with golf? What does that have to do with golf?
Yeah, this comes to me hither and yon, so I don't know.
A knight's wife is his dame. Have you ever heard a woman referred to as a dame?
Yeah, now that I hear
They're
it.
called a dame. They're called a dame.
Yeah.
But that is the title for a knight's wife.
Good job, Allie. I cheated on that one.
The U.S. Open began yesterday at Shinnecock.
Where at again?
That's in New York.
Where's that again?
Shinnecock.
Okay.
You don't think I got that right?
Shinnecock.
But
No, it is
the
fun
country club there in New York.
Mm-hmm.
There's two familiar faces on the golf course.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods is there. But the number one player in the world is Dustin Johnson. Okay. So he is there. And he's atop the leaderboard, tied for the top after one round.
Okay.
He shot a 69. The second familiar face there is Tiger Woods. But after one round, he shot a 78. If he doesn't do real well today, he won't be there tomorrow.
Dang.
You got to make the cut after two rounds to
He's
eliminate
really
a lot of your also rans.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't shoot a score of about 145 or better, you won't be around. But anyway,
He's really struggling, isn't he?
well, he hasn't been. He's
been doing a little bit better.
he's been competitive the last 2 or 3 tournaments, but the sand dropped out from under his feet
Yeah.
yesterday. I don't know what happened.
Has he won a tournament since he's been back?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay, in the world of baseball, and I'll stop
What
with
about-
sports. I'll stop with sports right here.
Okay.
The Atlanta Braves are consistently consistent.
And
They
after
are.
a terrible year too.
They're still on top.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Week after week after week, I look at the paper, and I don't expect them to still be in first place, and they are.
No, that's amazing. Did they do a trade in the off season or something?
Well, either that or they bought a bunch of people off. I don't know what's going on.
Done something, because that's a big turnaround.
It is, and I can't think of any player of an outstanding status that joined the club that improved them that vastly.
Well, that makes it even more impressive.
But now they have a 1.5 game lead over the Washington Nationals.
Okay.
Now they are in the East Division of the National League, out on the West Coast. Out on the West Coast. My Dodgers have been feeding on bottom scum for a long time. But
It's so weird. They turned around too, just in the wrong direction. They had a great year. Now they're having a terrible year.
okay, but now listen to me. I said they've been bottom feeding. Well, they were next to bottom.
Okay.
But they have been gradually improving. They're in second place.
Oh, well, they're doing a lot better than they have just
2 games.
3 weeks ago.
2 games behind.
Well, maybe they're getting their groove back.
Well, I've been praying for him. I think that's
what it is. It's those answered prayers
well.
for your Dodgers.
I think that they got tired of being on the bottom rung of the ladder, and they decided they needed to make it. The thing about it is, if you talk to your sportscasters or read after them, they all say that on paper they're it. On paper, they should be winning.
Yeah, because they had a great year last year, and then who predicted? No one would have predicted this terrible start.
And their ace pitcher has been hurt, and he's been
some of it then.
And whenever he sets his foot out on the mound, they start hitting the ball just everywhere, and he can't win. That's our main problem. If Kershaw could win some games and get some confidence back,
that must be it. He's lost all his confidence.
And then right on the other hand, our starting pitching, they're not around to figure in the win or the loss, either one, when we win a game. They only go a few innings and they get knocked out. But our bullpen is keeping us in the game.
Okay.
Long enough that our bats can come around and get more runs than our opponent.
Well, that's good.
So I see better days.
Well, who ended up winning the softball World Series? We know Tennessee sure didn't, but
Tennessee wasn't even involved.
no.
Tennessee
They
Tech.
didn't get out of the Super Regionals.
Tennessee Tech
did good in the baseball.
They did good.
Do we know who won?
No, I didn't even keep up with it.
Yeah.
Tennessee just kind of I lost all interest in it.
Yeah, it's
Well, that's
been that kind of decade for Tennessee fans.
Well, I thought our softball ladies would do better.
Yeah, they didn't make it out of the Super Regionals this year, and they usually do.
Well, they won 48 games. That's a pretty good season.
Yeah, they just.
But still, you want to achieve.
Postseason.
You want to achieve beyond your regular season.
Absolutely.
You exist to go beyond.
That's right.
That's your motive. You want to excel better than your peers, and you want to be rewarded for your efforts. The way you get rewarded is by winning championships.
Exactly, and that's what's lacking right now.
That's what's lacking. And it's good to win a regular season title.
Yeah, it is, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Not
I mean,
same.
Our Tennessee men's basketball team could lose the regular season tournament and go to the NCAA and win it all.
And that would be great.
Yeah. So
we'd rather them do that.
You want championship. Those players want to wear a ring. The coaches want to wear a ring. The managers want to wear a ring. It's part of this world system. You want a pat on the back for your accomplishments. Yes,
definitely.
And so you want to see banners up in the rafters when you go to the basketball game.
Exactly. I've been on a flight. One time on a flight, coming back from somewhere, I was sitting beside one of the former players, and then he was an assistant coach under Dean Smith for North Carolina, and he had a couple championship rings. He had helped recruit Michael Jordan for him.
Oh, really?
And he was sitting right next to me on the plane. Yeah.
Whoa! Did you get his autograph?
No, but I talked to him for the whole flight.
Did you see where Pikeville, Tennessee, had a former Georgia athlete here?
Yeah, Herschel Walker.
He was here, and nobody told me about it. I've got it. I've got his autograph.
Really? Well, they kept that too quiet. Yeah.
I don't know. And he said he wanted to see towns like Pikeville do well.
I was glad to hear that. He's investing in this factory that we're supposed to be getting, so that's good news.
But I remember the night we were down there at Athens, Georgia, the day after they had demolished Tennessee. And Carolyn was sitting there, and she said, "There's Herschel Walker." And DeWitt and Bessie and I were sitting there, and we didn't see him, and we said, yeah, there's Herschel Walker. She said, I know what I'm talking about, Everett. That's Herschel Walker.
Right.
I turned around and looked, and it was. Buddy, I got up from my table, and I went over there, and I addressed him as Mr. Walker. And I asked him for his autograph, and he gave it to me.
Oh, good.
Of course, they'd beat Tennessee about 50-0 the day before.
Yeah, they didn't like him very much the day before, did they?
No.
All right, well, that's it for sports of all sorts. Coming up next, it will be Albertology right here on the Albert and Billy Show.
Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Katie Burns, and I'm excited to talk with you today about how to live well.
Okay, welcome to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube.
My name is Brianna Scott, and I'm the Family and Consumer Science Extension Agent for UT Extension in Bledsoe County.
Hello, I'm Allie Pursley here with Channel 18 Valley TV, and today we're here at the Sequatchie County Veterans Memorial Park to discuss with you about the history of Veterans Day. It is also the United States annually observes Veterans Day on November the 11th.
I'll take care of less today, Dylan. Oh, no, I lost my debit card.
Hey, use that new Mountain Valley Bank app we got. You know, Card Valet. You can freeze your card so nobody can use it till you find it.
That's a good idea, Dylan. Where was the last place I used my debit card?
I don't know. Hurry up. I can't stay until I hear error. I feel like I'm doing the mannequin challenge. I'm gonna end up with lockjaw. Thank God.
The app freezes my debit card, Dylan, not you.
Oh.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT Radio. As I get me a drink, I'm thirsty. It's really hot. And Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. And now it's time for Albertology, Papa.
Albertology. I'm going to deviate just a little bit today. The part
Deviate.
change.
Just kidding.
Instead of what I want to spend my time on, I'm going to do some news inserts first.
Oh.
Because some of these I want us to cover.
Okay.
Do you know Steve Harvey?
Mm-hmm.
Steve Harvey is a multi-talented individual.
He's really funny too. Very funny.
Well, one of the favorite shows that I have to watch because
Family Feud.
Patricia likes it is Family Feud.
He does a really good job with it.
But he is one more busy man.
Yeah, he's got a talk show now.
He's 61 years old.
Okay.
He hosts the TV show Steve.
Yeah, that's new.
He has Family Feud.
Yeah.
He has Little Big Shots.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I saw one episode of that and I thought it was hilarious.
It is. It's good. It's a good show.
And then he has Showtime at the Apollo.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't aware of that
one. That one. Gosh, that's 4 big shows.
And this past week on June the 10th, he was the headliner for the return of ABC's Celebrity Family Feud.
Oh, okay.
He had his own family on there.
Did he?
He had his own family, and it was.
I hate that I missed that.
It was really neat. It was really neat. But these are stars and their families performing, and of course the money goes to charity.
Yeah, they do this every summer, and it's always good.
It's good. But there's 5 facts here about him that I wanted people to be aware of.
Okay.
Number 1, he was born Broderick Stephen Harvey, named after the 1950s star of Highway Patrol, Broderick Crawford.
Okay.
Crawford. I remember that show.
Well, that explains the name.
Number 2, Harvey was raised mostly in Cleveland, Ohio, but spent summers with his grandfather on a farm in West Virginia.
Okay.
Number 3, and this will blow you out of the water. And this is not Heather and Yon, this is Heather. Harvey lived in his Ford Tempo for 3 years.
3 years?
In the 1980s. Using a copier as a using a cooler as a refrigerator.
Yeah.
And washing up in hotel bathrooms or gas stations.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
I knew what that was like for 49 nights over there at when Eddie was in the hospital.
Oh yeah.
I took a shower in there in the bathroom and shaved in a sink. Number 4.
Yeah.
His list of jobs prior to making it as a comedian includes working an assembly line in a Ford plant, cleaning carpet, delivering mail, and selling insurance. So he has run the gamut.
Definitely.
But this is the clincher.
Okay.
The Steve and Marjorie, and boy, she's a beautiful woman. This is his 3rd wife, by the way. You get him to talking about divorce, and he's not a very happy man. The Steve and Marjorie Harvey Foundation, which was created by Harvey and his wife, promotes mentoring for children and young adults.
That's good.
More that needs to go on.
I agree with that.
Because a lot of these children need to be mentored because they don't get it all during class. If you don't get it all, you can't do the lesson.
Exactly.
And this is something I wanted.
It's good that he does that then.
Yeah.
I can't believe this, what you're about to say. Did that
Anthony
not shock
Bourdain.
you?
Yeah. It just when I read that, I thought, well, I thought I just saw him the night before. Of course, I'm sure a lot of that is
on the Travel Channel.
Well, a lot of that is
reruns.
Reruns.
Yeah.
But Anthony Bourdain, whose madcap memoir about the dark corners of New York's restaurants made him into a celebrity chef, was found dead in his hotel room in France at age 61.
He killed himself, didn't he?
Well, his mother says that she can't believe that he took his life. But there's no evidence of foul play.
Oh, man.
No evidence of foul play.
Is there evidence of suicide?
Well, that's what people are assuming.
Yeah.
He
Who would have thought that?
Well, he seemed so successful, so aloof. Now,
He was traveling
Andrew
around the world.
Zimmerman is your common chef. This man was a step above Andrew Zimmerman in that he
Yeah.
would sip his wine and act like a gentleman.
Yeah.
But Andrew Zimmerman gets right in there with whoever.
He does, yes.
If they're eating snails, he'll eat a snail, and if they're eating snakes, he'll eat a snake.
I was about to say, I've seen him eat a lot worse than that.
But this man, he picture him.
He was more fine dining, I guess you could say.
I'd say that's the best way to describe
Yeah.
him, Billy. But anyway, it really upset me to read about it.
Because I liked his show. I liked that show.
Well, see, he had a show on CNN, Parts Unknown, for a long time. But he was had a new show. But he was on the No Reservations program, is one I remember mostly. That was for 8 seasons. No Reservations.
Yeah, that was a good show on the Travel Channel.
And he's just been a very good host for cooking shows.
Yeah, and like us, I mean, he got to travel everywhere.
Oh, and the cuisine, you see, like you say, it's all over the world, but you wouldn't be eating snails on his show.
No.
You'd be dining at the finest restaurants, eating the finest steak they had.
Exactly. So he was living it up.
Yeah, but Andrew Zimmerman would go out in the forest in Africa and shoot the bird out of the tree before he ate it, you know.
He will. That's true. Did you know this, Allie? It's crazy, isn't it?
Well, this is another one that's a shocker. It hasn't happened yet, but Charles Krauthammer came on the scene this week and made a statement. He had cancer of the abdomen, and they operated, and they thought they got it all. But the cancer has returned, and it's returned with a vengeance.
Okay.
They said that his doctor has told him that he has only a few weeks to live. So he made the decision to go public with his situation.
Okay.
I had noticed for many months when they would have him on Fox News to analyze a certain situation because of his expertise.
Yeah.
He would struggle for breath.
Okay.
He would really had a hard time getting out what he wanted to say.
But he did, at that time, he had not told people.
Well, he didn't know that the cancer had returned.
Okay.
In August, the cancerous tumor was removed last August, but it came back. But he says that I have only a few weeks left to live, and this is my final verdict. My fight is over. He's quit trying.
Okay.
I wish to thank my doctors, my caregivers, those whose efforts have been magnificent. My dear friends who have given me a lifetime of memories and whose support has sustained me through these difficult months. And all of my partners at the Washington Post, the Fox News, and Crown Publishing. Lastly, I thank my colleagues, my readers, and my viewers who have made my career possible and given consequence to my life's work. I leave this life with no regrets.
That's good.
It was a wonderful life, full and complete with the great loves and great endeavors that make it worth living. I'm sad to leave, but I leave with the knowledge that I lived the life that I intended. Charles Krauthammer. We don't know, could be tomorrow, but he says he has only a few weeks left to live.
Yeah, so I'm assuming obviously he won't do any. I wonder if he'll do like a last appearance.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Probably not. No.
Do you remember The
I
Incredibles?
won't be able to. Yeah, it's coming back.
It's coming back.
Allie likes that.
This is hard to believe. You got a dad, you got a mom, and the dad is super strong, and moms are pulled in every direction. So she's elastic.
Yeah.
And the kids have different.
The kids are too.
They just have different
got powers too.
They got powers.
And they waited a pretty good while to do a sequel to this, though. 15 years, yeah.
There's going to be a villain. This second movie just takes up right where the other left off.
Okay.
There's no time elapsed.
Okay.
It's just picked right back up. But you've got a super villain that you know, that's going to mess everything up, and so they've got to fight that villain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was back in 05 when the other one was.
Yeah, so, okay, 13 years. That's a long time in between.
The writer and the director is Brad Bird, and he has done a good job. I think this is wholesome entertainment.
It is.
And
it's been a long time since I saw that, but I remember watching that.
Well, it's just it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the superness of the superhero is what's always appealed to people. Going all the way back to Superman and Batman and Captain Marvel and all the heroes. When we were kids, we had to listen on the radio.
Yeah.
But we had heroes that we listened to on the radio. But not Superman or Batman.
Yeah.
But you had people.
Lone Ranger, maybe.
Yeah, you're listening to the Lone Ranger would come on the air with a piece from Mozart or something. You know, it was a William Tell Overture. Mm-hmm. The William Tell Overture would introduce you to the Lone Ranger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Lone Ranger and Tonto, and that was something else. Okay. I've got one here.
Don't you wish you still had some of those recordings, you know?
You know, the thing that bothers me most, the movie was right next door, the movie house. Well, the one first on Cumberland Avenue. But this one right here located next door to us. I worked in the building next door to it. I was the popcorn popper for the theater goers.
Yes, I remember you telling us about that.
I could have saved all those signs about coming attractions and what's the feature for tonight, because they took them all down and threw them away.
That's a shame.
Can you imagine what they would be worth now?
I know.
Stupid.
Yes. Sorry to kick you when you down, but yeah, that wasn't too smart, was it?
No, well.
But you don't think about stuff like that at the time.
No, you don't. But now, let me give you the thing that I really want to talk about today. William Shakespeare.
I thought you really want to talk about all of it.
Here's my feature. My feature's on William Shakespeare.
Yeah, we did discuss this a little bit. It's pretty interesting.
William Shakespeare. We're talking the 1500s, Billy.
Goodness.
William Shakespeare's works are still utilized today, and that was 1580.
Man.
We pick him up in 1580 to 82. He was a teacher.
Okay.
And then he went to London to become an actor.
Mm-hmm.
The plague closed down theaters in 1592. And so then he went to the literary world and started writing. He became a playwright. Well, then the theaters opened back up in 1594, and he started out as a comedian in 1598.
Never thought that.
Sponsored by King James I.
No way.
That's who had the King James Bible written.
Yeah. What about that?
And that's when he penned Midsummer's Night Dream. That was his first work.
Oh, okay.
And then he switched to works of tragedy.
Yeah, definitely.
In 1603, Hamlet. I didn't study Hamlet much, but Macbeth, Miss Baker made us learn every darn word of Macbeth.
And Romeo and Juliet, of course.
Well, now that will be when he turns to romance.
Okay.
See, right now he's in tragedy, King Lear, and then he goes over to romance and picks up Romeo and Juliet.
Mm-hmm.
And then his acting and writing got so successful. In 1596, he wanted to be an aristocrat. He wanted to be a gentleman.
Okay.
So he wanted the king to give him a coat of arms, his own insignia that would designate him a citizen of England, that he would have his coat of arms.
Yeah. What did the king say?
And he got it.
Okay.
And in 1610, he went back to his hometown, built a house, and became that country gentleman. He died at age 52.
Gosh, he died young.
Died at age 52. And now what I wanted to do, at school this past session, on one of the doors of the school, they were studying Shakespeare. I just want to quote some of these words that
we still use.
he coined. He coined these in his works. Full circle. Everything's got to come full circle.
Yes.
Naked truth. Baited.
Naked font.
Green-eyed monster.
Jealousy.
Seen better days.
Yes. Heard that.
Dead as a doornail.
Definitely heard that one.
I don't know how dead that is, but I've heard it.
Yeah, I've heard it too.
So.
Heard that one.
The game is up.
The game is up.
That means it's over.
Yeah.
Love is blind.
I think I've heard the gig is up.
The gig. Off with his head.
Definitely heard that.
A sorry sight. We've always put in there a sorry sight for sore eyes.
Yes.
For goodness sake.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Good riddance. Heart of gold.
Yeah.
I try and tell people I've got a heart of gold, and they look at it and say, fire with fire.
Definitely
I've often heard
one
that.
too.
See, all these things that came from his works, we have acclimated them into our vocabulary and utilized them in ways that we want to use them, where he had them in his work that he wrote.
Right.
And it was pertinent to what he was saying, what he was writing. Break the ice. Breathe his last. Wear your heart on your sleeve.
Heard that one for sure. Some people do.
Out of the jaws of death. Anyway, I just thought that would be interesting.
It is. It's amazing how much.
Now we got to do some stories. We got to do some stories.
Some jokes.
Some jokes. Okay. Whatever.
I don't know why you call them stories. That's a joke in itself.
Thank you, Billy. I've got one page out of Emily's Reader's Digest that someday I'm going to do as a feature for Albertology. It blows my mind, but it take too long. Okay.
We'll have to remember that.
Here we go. Let's cut to the chase. My twin brother is cheap, but even I was surprised when he didn't get me anything for my birthday. Still, he had a reasonable explanation. He said, I forgot it.
Well, it's his twin.
And it was his birthday, but I forgot it.
That's bad. That's bad. Funny, but bad.
Okay, this was overheard. An associate said to his employer, sorry I'm late. I got behind someone going the speed limit.
Yeah.
Mess you up every time one.
It sure will.
Waiters will tell you there's always that one customer who sticks out. Here's some of those.
Oh, I want to hear this.
I once had a customer return a baked potato because it looked like it was dug out of the ground. Probably was. I had a guest ask me for a gluten-free beer.
Gosh.
I worked for a restaurant that served Polynesian sauce. One man would always come in and ask for Pomeranian sauce. No one corrected him. He just let it go. A customer wanted canned Coke, but he wanted it in a bottle.
That's a difficult customer right there.
Now this is a good way to drive your coworker insane.
Okay.
Set a small radio to a station guaranteed to annoy any sane person. Then put the volume on low. Remove a ceiling tile from above your victim's desk. Hide the radio inside, then replace the tile.
Ooh.
Keep denying that you hear any noise. Do you hear something? No. Don't hear a thing. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure.
They're gonna think they're going crazy.
Who do you hate enough that you want to drive them crazy?
I don't know. I need to think of somebody. That's a really good trick to play on somebody.
This is awkward. Just try it on a coat at TJ Maxx. It was the coat of a customer trying on another coat. What if you tried to buy it?
I don't know, but I'd like to be a fly on the wall and see that.
After flunking a job interview, I got up. Flunked a job interview now. I got up, shook everyone's hand, and walked into a clothes closet.
Shoot.
I just bumped into a mannequin and said, sorry. Then I said, oh, I thought you were a person. Then I realized I was still talking to the mannequin.
I bet that happens a lot more than what we realize.
My mother was in a bakery and noticed a fly in the display case. The clerk must have noticed her look of dismay because the clerk assured Mom, don't worry, they don't eat too much.
Oh, shoot.
They don't eat too much.
I bet that made her feel a lot better about it.
Let me tell you something. I cut meat for 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
And before we came to the self-serve section of our business where we wrapped it and let people pick it up, they had to ask for everything. We kept the hamburger down under the counter. They asked for pork chops. We kept a tray full of pork chops. We kept fresh sausage. We kept everything in a display case. And they had to stand there and ask you tell you what they wanted.
Right.
We sliced bologna, we sliced cheese, we sliced everything. We had 3, 4, or 5 workers back there in the meat department before we went to self-serve.
Yeah, that changed it, didn't it?
But anyway, when a fly got in the case, can you imagine trying to get that fly out of a case?
No, that would be really
You need a vacuum cleaner to go.
No kidding. No kidding.
Okay.
That would be aggravating for sure.
I received a message over Facebook from a woman who said I had written her a note when she was in the 6th grade telling her to smile, that she was beautiful, and things would get better. She told me she had been contemplating suicide that day, and I had saved her life. Today she has a beautiful family and 2 children. Be kind to one another.
Yeah.
I read that and I couldn't believe that.
That's good. Not a joke, but it's
No, it's not a joke.
You forget to throw that in there. By the way, this is not a joke, folks. Because I kept waiting for the punchline. And there wasn't one.
These are from the Tonight Show.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Funny guy.
He said, thank you, zebras, for being the perfect referees for a game of horse. Did you ever play horse basketball?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, the word o'clock, for letting me know that time is Irish. O'clock. Well, I think I need to do some of mine.
Okay. I'll just look at this a minute.
All right. Here we go. Did you ever notice that people in Dubai don't like the Flintstones?
No.
But people in Abu Dubai do.
No, I guess so.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
This is
Dabba-doo.
My dog used to chase people on a bike a lot. It got so bad, finally I had to take his bike away.
I like that one.
I'm so good at sleeping, I can do it with my eyes closed.
Takes talent, don't it?
My boss told me to have a good day, so I went home. That would be me. I bought some shoes from a drug dealer.
Bought some shoes from a drug dealer.
I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. I've been tripping all day. Today at the bank, an old lady asked me to help check her balance, so I gave her a shove.
Just push her on down.
A lawyer, no, I don't want to tell that one, it's too long. What's orange and sounds like a parrot?
Oh, yeah.
A carrot.
Carrot.
A carrot.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the Italian chef who died?
Nope.
He passed away.
Wow.
My wife accused me of being immature. I told her, get out of my fort.
Wait, what?
My wife accused me of being immature. I'm in my fort. I told her, get out of my
yeah, okay, I'm with you now.
Is that a little immature?
Just a little bit.
How do crazy people get through the forest?
No telling.
They take the psychopath.
There you go.
What did the traffic light say to the car?
Stop.
Don't look, I'm about to change. Some of these are cute, aren't they?
Yeah.
I just wrote a book on reverse psychology. Do not read it. What did one hat say to the other?
What did one hat say to the other? I have no idea.
You go on. I'll go ahead.
There you go.
Okay.
These are like funny little phrases.
What do you give a dog with a fever?
A bone.
Mustard. Mustard goes with hot dogs.
Oh.
Is that one good?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Okay. Have we got time for one or two more?
I'll do two more.
Two guys meet on opposite sides of the river.
Okay.
One shouts to the other, I need you to help me to get on the other side.
Right.
And, that guy said, well, you're on the other side.
Yeah, you're already there. That's a good comeback.
Okay.
One more.
A guy goes to the doctor. He's got a carrot in one ear, a stalk of celery in his other ear, and a pea in his nostril. And he says, Doctor, I haven't been feeling well.
I'd say not.
The doctor said, that's because you're not eating right.
That's the truth.
I'd say he's wasting a lot of food.
I'd say he is, sticking a pea up his nose, a carrot in his ear, and a piece of celery in his other ear. He's definitely not eating right, that's for sure. Well, those were some good ones, by the way, Pawpaw.
Pretty good.
Those were pretty dang good. Well, thanks for watching us on Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube, and thanks for listening on WUAT radio station. We'll see you folks next week right here on the Albert and Billy Show.
See you later, folks.